gorgeous people? This is Ambizzares DIY and other stuff. I'm Amber, and in today's video, I wanted to share with you how I built a shelf for my baker's rack out of cardboard. Yes, you heard me correctly, cardboard. So here's the deal. I had a manifestation candle that I had burning on top of my glass shelf that was on my baker's rack, and I guess the candle got super hot and it broke the glass. I was like, oh my gosh, I am not going to go get a piece of glass cut. I'm not going to pay a ton of money for a glass shelf. It doesn't have to be glass, guys, quite frankly. And I started thinking to myself, you know what? I have some cardboard on hand. I have some of that peel and stick vinyl stuff on hand. So we're just going to make a shelf and make it work. That's what we're going to do in this video. Now, full disclosure, as usual, guys, nothing turned out perfect. Not even close to perfect. But listen, it's a shelf. It has a lot of stuff on it, so I wasn't worried about the flaws because most of them were covered up with all the stuff that I usually put on the shelf anyway. So I still want to share with you guys how I did it in case you guys are like, you know, tight for money like most of us are nowadays, and you wanted to do something that was affordable to fix something that you have in your home. So without further ado, let's jump into this DIY. Okay guys, so here's the baker's rack and here's where the shelf should be and here's the shelf. It is just completely shattered. I'm not really sure why that happened, but you know, it did, so we're gonna make it work. So here's a closer look at where the shelf should be. I have these little tabs here that the shelf sits on top of, and then I put all kinds of things on top of the shelf. So this is what we have to work with. We're going to start with this very large piece of cardboard. I don't know what was in it, guys. One of the furniture pieces I ordered or whatever, but we're gonna use this very large piece of cardboard. We're going to cut it down to size to make a shelf. So I measured what the shelf should be, and it should be about a little bit shy of 29 inches. Okay, so I marked it right there. Now I'm going to take a piece of the existing shelf and I'm going to use that to measure how wide the shelf should be. So I'm just going to take my ink pen here and just kind of go down in a couple of places to see how wide the shelf should be. Now I already marked the length at little shy under 29 inches. So I'm going to take a box cutter and I'm just going to cut out where I have it marked. And I started to cut and then I thought, you know what? I better use a ruler or something so I can get it somewhat straight. I cannot cut straight to save my life. Even with the ruler, I don't cut straight. But you know what? We're going to make this work because we have to. I need a shelf there and I don't want to buy one. Okay. I just don't want to. I don't want to spend money on that. I'd rather spend money on something else that's more fun than a shelf. Anyway, I thought once I scored it the first time I could bend it back, but that didn't work. So I scored it again and then I bent it back so that just makes it a little bit easier to be able to cut it the rest of the way. So I just went ahead, cut it the rest of the way, and I'm just going to cut the bottom part off here as well and get that, you know, cleaned up as best that I can. So here's what it's looking like. Clearly not straight whatsoever. Now I'm going to take a little sander thing and I'm going to sand off all of the scraggly ends. Now this isn't necessary. I just find it easier to cover it up and work with it if everything's cleaned up a little bit. And like I said, I cannot cut straight to save my life. So this shelf is nowhere near straight, but you know what? It's going to be okay. I don't think anybody is going to notice it. All right. So now that I have that done, I'm going to take another piece of cardboard because I want to make it thick so that it can hold stuff on it. So the best way to do that is to layer the cardboard. So I'm just going to lay out the existing piece that I already cut, and I'm going to use my ink pen to trace it out so that I have something that is exactly the same size. And then obviously, once I finish marking everything where I need to cut it, I'm just going to take my box cutter again, and I'm going to cut off this part, well, the parts that I don't need of the box. And as you can see, even when I outlined it, it is so not straight, you guys. It's not straight whatsoever. I mean, even when I use tools to help me cut things straight, I don't cut straight. I can't, it doesn't happen. It just never happens. So I try to clean it up with scissors and stuff like that later, but you know what? Honestly, it's just not worth it because no one is going to notice this once that shelf is sitting down inside the thing. So to connect these two pieces together, I'm just going to take my hot glue gun. That's going to work just fine for this, guys, because we're going to be adding some tape and things like that to secure these two pieces in place. The hot glue is just to keep it in place. So while I add the tape and things to keep the shelves, the two shelf halves, pieces, whatever you want to say, together. All right. So I just put some weights on top of that while it dries. Okay. So now that it's dry, I'm going to take this really strong, clear Gorilla tape. I got this from that Daily Deal. And I got to say, it was one of the best buys that I've made from them because I got a really good deal on this tape and it works really well. So I'm just going to add it in some random places here, guys. I mean, there's really no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing here. Just do whatever you think works. Like I probably could have got away with these 3 pieces, but I went ahead and added 2 more pieces just to be safe because it's a shelf, guys. I want to make sure that it lasts, you know, as long as I need it to last, I guess until one of my what are those things called? Manifestation candles, decides to burn this one up. I don't know. Anyway, I was torn. Do I want to do this granite thing that I got from Temu, or do I want to do this like rustic wood one that I have? And I went with the rustic wood one because honestly, I'm really not a fan of this granite one. I'm just trying to find places to use it because I need to use it because I have a lot of it because I thought it would be really pretty, but it wasn't. So anyway, here's me thinking, all right, how much do I need to cut off here to just do the two very end pieces? So I just cut off a little bit, and then I'm going to cut that in half because I want to put a little piece on the other side. And this is just to cover the ends here so that you don't see any cardboard. So I'm just putting a little piece right on this end, and then I'm going to take that other little piece that I cut in half, and I'm going to put it on the other end. Now, it didn't cover exactly the way that it was supposed to because, again, I didn't cut straight. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the excess off this one side that I have here because I don't know, guys. Even when I do fabric and stuff and make my clothes, I just can't cut straight. So now that I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and add this main piece. And guys, I always just overthink this. I swear. I love and hate this peel and stick stuff all at the same time. I mean, it should be quick and easy, but the way that I do it ends up being difficult and hard. So I need to just not get in my head so much and just slap it on there. Honestly, that's what I really need to do. This stuff is pretty inexpensive. So if you make a mistake, it's not that tragic to have to purchase more. Just saying. So anyway, here's me trying to line it up and be all nice and precise. And that doesn't work as it normally doesn't for me. So I just take it off. Then I line it up. Much better. There we go. Just going to tack it down good enough. And then I just wrapped it around the other side here just to make sure that it would cover and overlap to go underneath, if that makes sense. Because obviously this part here that I'm doing is the bottom of the shelf. And then when I wrap it around to the very top, I wanted to make sure it covered the whole entire top, which it does. Perfect. Looks good. So now I'm just going to finesse and like try to make this work as best I can, guys. I always overthink this part, just trying to make it super smooth. And honestly, it's better to just slap it on there and just, you know, just make it happen. So I did have to take this part off because it wasn't like laying the right way. And as you can see all the crinkles and it seriously was giving me so much anxiety. But I thought to myself, Amber, this is a shelf. You're going to put stuff on top of the shelf. Like there's going to be so much stuff on top of the shelf. No one's going to see any of that stuff. So just make it look good enough, guys. Don't overthink it like I did. Just slap everything on there and call it a day. Just saying. So once I get everything on there good enough, you know what I'm saying? I have this little gap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to piece and part that little gap together because I'm almost out of the vinyl. And honestly, I purchased this so long ago, I don't even know if I can get the same one on Amazon. So here's me. I'm just like, okay, let's just measure this out and let's just cover that part up because this is going to be the bottom of the shelf. And this really won't be seen whatsoever. I don't know anybody who's going into your house, looking at your homemade shelf and, well, they might not even know that it's a homemade shelf, but looking to see how good of a job you did. I don't know anyone that does that, guys. I'm just saying. Do you know anyone who walks in and says, oh, you have a nice baker's rack. Let's look underneath and make sure your shelf is nice and clean. I'm just saying. So anyways, I'm just putting all these pieces and parts on because they blend in pretty good, as you can see. So I'm not overly concerned about this part. Let's just put it that way, okay? So once I do that, guys, this shelf is done. We are going to slap it on to where it's going to be and cross my fingers and hope that it fits because I did check it throughout the process, but, you know, we just want to make sure that it really fits. I'm just saying. So after I smooth everything out, guys, boom, here it is. Ta-da! So, you know what, guys? This works out just fine. Like I said, I have a ton of stuff on top of this shelf, so it really doesn't matter that it's not perfect. So here's a shot of the shelf with all the stuff on it, guys. This is a shelf that I use to put some of the things that my son makes for me on it. So I have like his little seashell. Then he has all of these little painted rocks. And the little miniature creatures are his. He just added them on there. And the little paw print in the back is from a dog that just recently passed away. And then, of course, I have the little pot that he made for me for Mother's Day. And then my manifestation rocks, guys. I hope you guys got some inspiration from this DIY. And I'll catch you in my next video. Bye! What's this video? What is this video for? Oh, the shelf. Okay. What's up, gorgeous people? This is Ambizzares DIY and other stuff. I'm Amber, and in this video, I wanted to share with you how I decided to... No, I didn't decide. I had to. Hold on.